The countries of southern Africa include South Africa, Lesotho, Swaziland, Namibia, Botswana, Angola, and Mozambique. The countries in Central Africa include the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the Republic of Congo, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, Rwanda, Burundi, and the Central African Republic.
The Southern African Customs Union, the SACU, started in 1910. Botswana, Lesotho, Namibia, South Africa, Swaziland all agreed to have free trade agreement. The U.S. also was a part of this trade agreement until a disagreement in 2006 suspending the U.S. trade with the SACU.
Despite their thriving economies, the government instability in many of the countries of southern and central Africa lead to more than half the population living below the poverty line. This is likely the result of a high unemployment rate and a government too weak to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor.
The other half, living above the poverty line, lives in luxury. The poor reside in unsafe and unclean living conditions, while their government is unable to offer support.
Without government support, the poor cannot afford clean water systems, so they risk exposure to infectious diseases on a daily basis.
One of which is the Ebola virus, and the main symptoms of the virus are strong fevers and bleeding internally as well as externally, and almost always fatal. This map depicts an outbreak of the Ebola virus near Central Africa. The recent outbreak in Guinea this year is not yet considered an epidemic, but poses a risk of spreading to other regions in Africa.
Since 2013, there have been 7 confirmed cases of polio in Cameroon. 1 case of the same strain of polio has been confirmed in Equatorial Guinea, showing evidence that the disease has and may continue to spread to other regions.
One of the leading causes of death in Africa is HIV and AIDS. South Africa has the most deaths from AIDS in the world. More than 15% of the population in southern Africa have HIV and AIDS.
Recently, there has been a huge debate about land reform in South Africa. Some are arguing for the repossession and redistribution of freehold land to achieve a more equitable balance of land ownership, as well as to raise the economic and social well-being of the African population. Others have found it increasingly difficult to justify the allocation of aid resources to land reform in the region, due to the lack of practical policies and programs. State capacity to implement land reform is already a problem in many countries.
Recently, there has been a war going on in the Congo. The UN has been in Congo since 1999, trying to stabilize their government and keep peace in the country. The rebels are rebelling against the government and the UN since they have joined forces. Since the government is refusing the rebels' share of money the government has earned from selling their valuable resources such as gold and plutonium. It is safe to say that this region of Africa has had its share of struggles and conflicts in recent years, but hope lies in their still prosperous economy and the help of many charitable organizations. The countries of Africa are constantly working to make necessary political reforms in order to gain stability and peace.